The Sharing Space
on the Clement Manyathela Show.
702.
It's going up to 15 minutes before 12 o'clock. We are discussing what Anonymous has shared with us this morning on our Sharing Space. Anonymous says that she is in her late 30s. She's not married. She's facing lots of pressure from her own family, well, sisters who are married and have got kids, and from her friends as well. And she's uncomfortable with that, and she's just asking you, how does she navigate that? Because what she's done now is be antisocial. She is distancing herself from them because she feels like they're not respecting the decision she's made, that she actually doesn't want to have kids right now, even at her late 30s. And I do think that as a society, we think it's weird for women to say, oh, I actually don't want to have kids. We think it's weird for women to say, oh, I actually don't enjoy motherhood. Because we expect everybody to be like that. Like if men are going to come and say, I just think it's too much pressure to be told I must be the provider, we're going to have a problem with that. But societies evolve. People evolve. The needs that were probably the most important to you in the 80s are not today. But I find that we're so quick to judge each other instead of respecting that we all have our different paths. So Anonymous says she's constantly judged, even around the fact that she stays with her partner. They've been together for what? I think she said 7 years. Stays with the partner, and there are people who are constantly saying, why don't you get married? Just get married with that partner instead of staying with him without you having not paid lobola. But there are some people who believe that that arrangement works for them. Let's go to your WhatsApps on 072 702 1702.
Morning, Clement and team. Big congratulations to Anonymous for making the decision about what she wants in life and what society dictates. I think at the end of the day, she shouldn't allow any of her family members to manipulate or put pressure on her for any of the decisions she and her partner's taking, because she and her partner's relationship is exactly that. It's theirs only, and nobody has the right to say what should and should not happen within their relationship. Secondly, I think as well, society tends to devalue relationships that are not according to the quote-unquote norm, which is marriage and kids. Marriage and kids is not for everyone, and I hope society can understand that. We all make individual choices. We are happy with the choices. As long as you, as an outsider, are not going to sit with the consequences of my actions, why should you care? Why should it matter? They must just keep quiet, sit down, and raise their kids and be in their marriages. Finish and clar.
Good morning, Clement and the 702 listeners. Clement, on the topic of getting married when you really don't want to get married because of family and pressure, I just think it's also unnecessary. If anything, we need to start changing our mindset regarding, honestly, just clapping for those people who are making those decisions, because they know exactly where they are, what they want, what it is that they don't want, because society, by nature, pressurizes you to do things that you don't necessarily want for yourself. And then when you do that and you get stuck financially or otherwise, they step aside and start calling you all kinds of names regarding the fact that you're not able to look after your children and you're not a responsible adult. So kudos, and honestly, a big round of applause to the lady and her partner for deciding that this is not what they want and they're not ready for it, and they shouldn't be pressurized into doing what it is that they do not want to do, quite frankly. So I congratulate her. My younger sister is in the same position with family, and she's not barging. She's made it very clear she's not the motherly type. She prefers to travel around the world, and that's what she's going to do. And what everybody else thinks is really much irrelevant to her. Thank you, Clement. Have a beautiful day and keep well. Carol from Robindale.
Morning, Clemza. Clemza, you know, in this economy, I'm grateful that me and my wife actually agreed to say, you know what, let's have kids early, finish, and then focus on our careers. While we have our kids, we can study with them, we can grow in our careers and so forth as one, as a couple, and do it all. Because when you want to do it all now and you want to be in your late 40s and changing diapers, no, like, you're going to be tired. You're not going to have the energy needed for your children. You're going to outsource that function to a caretaker, of which you are going to miss out on quite a lot. So it's easier when you do it early and then focus on your career. I think it's best that way for me.
Yeah, listen, I'm always like, do what works for you. That's what matters, hey? A message here says, on the WhatsApp line says, hi, Clement. Joe, the guilt trip and manipulation for Anonymous to live the way they want is jarring. It's disingenuous. Most parents are always complaining about their children and marriages. I'm a parent who loves her 19-year-old young adult and wouldn't have it any other way, but I always recommend women to make the choice when they want to. I commend Anonymous for living her life on her terms. Bravo. That's a message from Samu in Morningside. Another one on the WhatsApp line, Rose, in fact, says, hi, Clement. That email sounds like my life. I don't owe this. Sick world, children, and outside pressures will remain outside. A friend wanted me to feel bad about my choice just yesterday. People are disrespectful and should just learn to respect the choices of others. Enjoy your linyalo. Afrikaans, aka fat and set. Is that what they call it now? Linyalo la Afrikaans. More of your WhatsApps on 072 702 1702.
Afternoon, Clement. I respect anybody who is extremely self-aware of themselves. I respect a woman who put themselves first. I respect a woman who knows themselves. I respect women who understand that marriage is not the most important thing in their lives. Having children is not really what defines their lives. So kudos to her, actually. Well done to her for actually being so self-aware of herself and her needs and what is important to her.
Good morning, Clement. Okay, number one, these people are already married constitutionally. Whether they like it or not, they are married. They've stayed together for over 5 years. So it's husband and wife. Whether they go through the proceedings or formalities or not. Number two, they must not consider the people who are talking to them as judgments. They must consider it as care. Because if I have to have a friend who is not bothered about marriage or a child, I would care enough to question them. But I'll care enough to keep questioning them until they actually consider it. Because I've seen people regret such decisions when they get older and they can't actually physically have kids anymore. And they regret having to not make a different decision when they were younger. So it's care, it's not judgment.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, care is, hey, Clem, you don't have kids. Are you sure? Are you okay? And I respond, I'm good. I'm traveling the world. I'm enjoying my life. I'll worry about kids in 3 years or 5 years, for instance, if that's my response. And you respect that response because it's a decision that I've taken. That's care. Now, if you're going to be, because you're saying that I'm going to keep on asking, you're going to keep on putting pressure and asking me the same question even when I've given you a response. Now, that is putting pressure. And I would not be comfortable, at least, with a friend who's constantly putting their expectations on me or their desires on me. We're different people. You may think for you it's the greatest achievement to have kids at the age of 35, of 32. Somebody else may think actually the greatest achievement is I want to have a booming career, or I want to have traveled to 100 countries that by the time I turn 38, I want to see the world. We're different people, and we need to learn to accept that our values, our expectations, our desires, our future plans are going to be different to other people. So, sure, you can ask in the beginning, and you can even raise your concerns and say, but Tsepo, or but Nonkulilego, how are you going to work out when you are older, when you don't have kids? Or you can raise those concerns, but if they give you responses, that's it. And if they live to regret that later in future, that's also fine. That's the nature of life. But to be consistently pressurized and told this, because that's how it works for you, I find that to be weird. More of your WhatsApps.
How's it, Clement? I don't know if you've noticed, but people often decide not to get married. Those relationships actually last longer than actual marriages these days. And people who decide, hey, I don't want children, it's too expensive, or maybe the environment is bad, end up doing more for their nieces and nephews and the children around them because they're very conscious of everything that's happening. I don't know if it's just me, but it's something that I've noted personally on my side.
Hi, Clement. Mina, each to their own, man. Each to their own. Whatever makes you comfortable, whatever makes you happy. Because that's ultimately what matters. You are in charge of your own happiness. You understand? So for those that are pressuring her, and I think what she should do is take it with a pinch of salt, laugh about it with them. Every time that they start, she must laugh about it and say, I'm not even entertaining it, and move right along. They will get over it, man. Shivers, Boxburg.
This is Khotso. I'm a 40-year-old man. I'll be 41 in January. I also don't have kids at the age of 41. I also get the same pressure, but no, congrats to Anonymous. She's not alone on this. There are many other child-free people whom you are not aware of. Yeah, this is Khotso from Spreadview. Thank you.
Yeah, true, Khotso. I mean, sometimes people question me when I make comments like people who have kids, kids are with you every day? I worry about that. I'm at a stage in my life where I'm like, do I have capacity to care for another human being every single day? Not at this stage of my life. And yeah, sure, to you, it may be selfish, but it works just fine for me. I'm very happy with my life. And we need to normalize that. For you, maybe for you, you feel you're not having kids. That's too much at the age of... And for other people, it's like, I don't know if I've got the capacity to be taking care of another human being. Yeah? Especially one who's going to be so needy at that age. Every single day. Nah. And that capacity probably will come later. But at this stage, some people just have different priorities. It's 30 minutes before 12.